SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
At Community Bank, we're more than a place to manage your money. We're your neighbors and trusted financial advisors. For decades, we've helped families, small businesses, and individuals achieve their dreams. We're dedicated to your success every step of the way. Community Bank, member FDIC.
Pike County, here comes your morning show. Dave in the morning on 93.5 FM, SuperTalk Mississippi.
So now, understand, you're not going to dictate to me what I do and what I don't do, but I'm still the mayor, Mr. Brown.
None of this meeting is recorded. None by any parties. Correct?
No, sir, nothing is recorded. I'm being accused.
Any contact.
Said I want to make it on record. I want the allegations in writing, or the accused, or on recording of this harassment.
And now, here's your host, Dave Hughes.
Good morning to you on a Wednesday morning. How are you? I hope you are eat up with the wonderfulness. If not, work on that. That's your to-do list for today. Get eat up with the wonderfulness. And if I have to explain what that means, we're both in trouble because I have no idea. It is a beautiful day outside. Going to stay that way. 63 right now. High today, 73. We're going to tack another 10 degrees onto that temperature, and we will take it. Tomorrow, slightly different. 40% chance of rain tomorrow morning, 80% chance tomorrow night, which is pretty good timing. We'll talk about that in just a second. Tomorrow, we're taking the show here on the road. Well, I can't really say on the road. We're taking the show down the hall. Tomorrow, I've never done this. In all the decades I have been in broadcast radio, I don't know that I have ever done this. We are taking the show out. We're going to be doing it live on remote from about 100 feet from where I'm sitting, right down the hall in the back where the governor's job fair will be happening tomorrow. We're just going to pick up, walk down the hall, set up, and we're good to go. Nothing to it. It's gonna work out great. We're all ready to go. We're all excited about it to talk to everyone there because we have quite a few businesses that are going to be here tomorrow for that, and they are showing up looking for employees. Seriously, that's they have to pay to have a slot here. They are not paying just to be visible. They need people. They are desperately looking for folks to do the open jobs that they have, which means if you're a person looking for a job, the military terminology would be tomorrow will be a target-rich environment for you here in the Workforce Training Center on the campus of Southwest Mississippi Community College. But we'll have the show back there tomorrow morning from 9 until 10. I'm going to have a great time. Looking forward to it. Now, I mentioned that tomorrow the rain is a good thing. Well, it's good and it's bad. And let me give you the perspective on this. Late yesterday, Pike County Civil Defense announced that Pike County was officially under a burn ban until the end of March, until March 31st. I've been telling you. We've been talking about this. Keep your Bic unflicked. Don't set anything on fire. Anything. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Nada. The official announcement from Civil Defense, there is to be, in all caps, no burning whatsoever. No brush piles, no leaves, nothing. You're allowed to cook on your grill, but dispose of the ashes and charcoal responsibly. We will be monitoring the situation, and if we receive an adequate amount of rain, we can cancel at that time. Now, the key phrase there is adequate amount of rain. You may hear that and say, oh, well, yeah, we got an 80% chance of rain tomorrow night. We're going to be in good shape. We are dry enough. We have gone long enough without significant rainfall amounts, and with the moisture in the atmosphere being practically nothing for the past little while. Dew point, by the way, I told you the other morning it was 11. Today it's 53. So we're a lot better today in terms of humidity, in terms of moisture in the air. But it's going to take quite a bit of rainfall to get us back up to a level where we can still burn things, or we can go back to burning things. There is absolutely no guarantee we're going to get that amount of rainfall tomorrow. That is always the instinct of people. They hear there's a burn ban. We get one good thunderstorm and they go, oh, well, we're good. Dry off the leaf pile. Time to set it on fire. No. It doesn't work that way. The only way the burn ban gets lifted, there's nothing automatic about it. I don't care if Noah comes by in your front yard, says, toot, toot, got the animals, and sails off. Until they officially lift the burn ban, it's still in place. By the way, in that particular scenario, the only thing you could set on fire would be the ark, and that's, barbecue wildebeest. I get it, but I don't think that's going to be a good idea anyway. The notice went on to say what I've been saying, what I've been trying to impress upon you. Quote, if you get caught burning anything, you can be written a ticket. If you're burning and it gets out of control and the fire department responds, you can receive a ticket. You will be held responsible if you start a fire and it gets out of control and damages your neighbor's property. I don't care how careful you thought you were being. I don't care how much you think you've got it under control and, oh, I've been doing this for years. It'll be fine. You damage your neighbor's property, you're paying for it. None of that carries any weight with the burn ban in effect. This is not a suggestion, by the way. It's not just a friendly tip from Civil Defense. Oh, you might not want to burn anything. No, this is don't burn anything. You're not allowed by law to set anything on fire. And if it feels to you like I'm really overstressing this, that's the voice of experience talking. Because yesterday, I don't know, there were a lot of these things floating around. They are detecting the wildfires by satellite. You look at the map of Mississippi and Louisiana, and it looks like it has measles. Satellite detected 2 in Pike County, 3 in Walthall County, 1 in Emmett County, 1 in Wilkinson County. There is not a single county that did not have at least one wildfire yesterday. Lincoln had 4 right on the borderline from Franklin and Lincoln is the 4th one. Franklin had another one right up on the border with Jefferson County. Jefferson, aside from that, had 2 more. Adams had 1. Lawrence had 1. Jefferson Davis, 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot. It's everywhere. We are not suffering a shortage of wildfires. And this isn't hypothetical. This isn't what might could happen. No, this is what's going on. This is what the firefighters are having to deal with all day, every day. And guess what? If they're all busy fighting wildfires and your house catches on fire, there's nobody available to come help you. It's not a good situation. So do me a favor and help me impress upon your friends, your relatives, you know the ones I'm talking about, the know-it-alls, that they do not need to set anything on fire. Nothing. Nothing. If we can follow that one simple rule, that one simple declaration of law, that we have a burn ban, okay, burning is banned. I guess I won't burn anything today. That's it. We'll get through this and we'll get it under control. That's not that big of an ask, I don't think. When everybody is running around screaming about law and order and just lock them up and everything that we hear nonstop 24/7, I don't think it's too much to ask that everyone put their money where their mouth is. By law, you are not allowed to burn anything. It's a golden opportunity to prove that you understand what following the law means. That's where we're at. So I wanted to make sure we got that out. We've been talking about it for several days now. And it was stunning to see the satellite photos yesterday. Dave Roberts at LBT put one out. Every meteorologist out there, National Weather Service released these satellite images, and everybody put their own graphic together using it. It is an insane number of wildfires that are going on right now. It's one of the many reasons the burn ban is in effect. So don't break the law. Keep your Bic unflicked. That is a t-shirt waiting to happen. If somebody's bored today, you can make one and probably be the talk of the town. I'm just trying to help. Yeah, right. Tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, yes, we had a meeting last night, but we've got other things to talk about that happened last night and are currently ongoing, including what happened in Magnolia. If you didn't hear about this one, yeah, this is a beaut. At least it had a happy ending. Those seem to be rare these days, but we had one last night. We'll tell you about it next.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't escape in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. Super Talk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalk, PikeCounty.com. It's all around, it's all around.
weekday mornings at 6 after 9 on 93.5 FM, or you can catch up anytime by going to
SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Catch up and catch on. Welcome back, Super Talk, Mississippi, Pike County, 93.5. Wednesday morning, Dave Hughes here. So in case you didn't hear last night, the alert went out. Not an official alert. There was no time for that, literally. But a local alert, the news got out, I guess would be a better way to put it. And the initial statement was a child had been kidnapped in Magnolia at the Family Dollar. Well, technically that's true, but I don't think that was the intention. Here's the situation. Somebody ran into Family Dollar, left a 4-year-old in the vehicle. When they came back out, the vehicle was gone, as was the 4-year-old. Now, don't know the details, but I suspect somebody hopped in and decided to steal the car and didn't realize there was a child in the back. It was a Pontiac G6, not a big car. I don't know how you'd miss the kid, but you're stealing cars. You have let your Mensa membership lapse at that point. It was stolen. Everybody immediately went into high alert, as they should have. If you saw a lot of law enforcement vehicles zipping everywhere last night, that's what was going on. They were looking for this car. They were looking for this kid specifically. Well, they found the kid, and the kid almost kind of found himself. The scuttlebutt, it's not official, but the scuttlebutt is that he, the person, the suspect who stole the car, pulled over and put the kid out in somebody's yard. Now, it may be totally inaccurate, but the picture this paints to me is they saw a car, said, I'm taking that car, got in the car, took off. All of a sudden, a little voice in the back says, where are we going? Who are you? And he went, oh, no. Whipped over, put the kid out. That was never the point. Wanted nothing to do with that. And then left. The lady that lived at that house came out and got the baby, immediately called the police, said, I got this boy. He was just thrown out of this blue Pontiac G6. And they're like, okay, good. Hold him. We'll be right there. Boy is back with the family. Everything is fine. The suspect took off and continued to try to maneuver his way to an escape. That didn't work. Spoilers, but that didn't work. The official update from the Pike County Sheriff's Office and the Magnolia Police Department reads as follows. The suspect involved in the stolen vehicle and missing child incident is now in custody following a coordinated multi-agency pursuit. Like I said, everybody was involved. We are grateful for the swift response and collaboration among all assisting law enforcement agencies, which led to the safe resolution of this situation. There's no ongoing threat to the public at this time. Additional details will be released as they become available. Thanks for your continued support and cooperation. In the space of about an hour, we had a happy ending to what could have been a horrific, tragic story. You can't ask for more than that. This all worked out extremely well. I've seen people on several different posts, including the post by the Enterprise Journal, wanting to know, why didn't they issue an Amber Alert? Because you can't do that in 10 minutes. It's not the bat signal. You don't just turn it on. The kid was missing less than an hour. It doesn't work that way. Never has. Never will. I hope it never will, because there has to be a verification process. There has to be a lot of steps followed to put out an Amber Alert. Otherwise, we'd have an Amber Alert every 5 minutes. Because little Johnny wandered across the street to Mama's house and is sitting inside eating cookies, but Mama's at her house going, "Where's my baby?" That's not an Amber Alert. But you'd get one if you could just flip the bat signal on and send it up. It just doesn't work that way. This was this was the perfect example of a successful resolution for a case involving law enforcement. Let me explain why. Something bad happened. That's always step one. Unfortunately, that's always step one. When the bad thing happened, everyone, all agencies, if they had bar lights and a badge, they were in the middle of this last night. They were involved. They were going out. It was literally a dragnet. They were looking everywhere trying to find this car. And then something lucky happened. That's the way you would look at it from the outside. The guy pulls over, puts the kid out. What happened is the guy was trying to, be guilty of grand theft auto. He was not trying to be guilty of kidnapping. Had no interest in that charge. Well, hate to break it to him. He now qualifies. But didn't hurt the kid, didn't just throw him out, dropped him off someplace where somebody could take him and take care of him until the parents were reunited with them. So, in as much as it's possible, the guy who stole the car with the 4-year-old in it did the right thing. Now, in this case, doing the right thing involved trying to correct the most egregious part of the thing he messed up to begin with, but at least he did that. Little things. We got to be thankful for even the little things. Then once the child was safe, the search continued, and they found him pretty quick. He's in custody. That is a happy ending to that story, but the reason why I said it's almost the perfect example of a law enforcement story. Something bad happens. There's a little bit of luck that happens. And then everything comes to a peaceful resolution with no one getting hurt. You could not ask for a better timeline on a story than that one. Do not underemphasize the importance of the luck part. Oh, it takes hard work. It takes hard work, takes stress, takes a lot of things to be an effective worker in law enforcement. But it also requires that every great once in a while the cards break in your favor. Every once in a while, you got to roll a natural 7 instead of snake eyes. The ball's got to bounce in your direction for once. Luck plays a part. We don't like to hear that because with things like law enforcement, we like to fool ourselves in the general public into thinking that, well, they should be able to just wave their magic police baton and everything is fine. Why haven't you fixed this yet? It's been 10 minutes, ma'am. You got to have a lucky break. Because him pulling over and putting the kid out, because, he never intended that, I would believe. That also gave them another point of reference of where he was at. Because once he left Family Dollar with that vehicle, where'd he go? I don't know. There's 4 directions from there. Could have went down any of them. Nobody saw. And who knows where he's at by now. No, once he pulled over and stopped, okay, well, he left there and went in this direction. Now we're starting to get a little more of a feel for where he might have gone. Doesn't mean he's there, but it gives you some idea to work with. So that was a lucky break in a couple of different ways. But we need to acknowledge the fact that all the hard work in the world by law enforcement will not have the payoff you're hoping it will unless there's a little sprinkling of luck. The police fairy needs to flap in on her Kevlar wings. And, you know, it's law enforcement. They need entertainment. She doesn't shake a wand. She shakes her behind. And magic dust comes out, and you get a break. But here's the interesting thing. You can get all the breaks in the world. If you're not also doing the hard work, the breaks don't matter either. It takes both. It takes the hard work, and it takes the lucky breaks. It was a perfect combination of both last night, and a happy ending. Great job. Across the board by everyone involved except for the guy that took the car. Not a great job by him. But everybody else, great job. I would question, it's just me. We still seem to have a holdover. We still seem to have a lingering attitude that life is like it was in the 50s and 60s. I'll just run in the store and leave the kid in the car. That's not a good idea. It's never a good idea. We live in a time where when you go shopping, you're advised to hide anything you bought and left in the store before you go in the next store because somebody will take that. But then again, I'm currently driving a vehicle that every time you kill the engine, it flashes a message on the screen and says, remember to check the back seat. It does. First time it did it, I almost beat myself unconscious on the steering wheel by banging my forehead on it. So, remember you have kids. I mean, I'm Gen X. It's funny for me to say that. Our parents so notoriously didn't keep up with what we were doing that they ran the commercials every night. Right before the local news says, with all the celebrities coming on going, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? So it's hilarious that I'm saying don't forget your kids. But it's a different world now. That was back in the 80s. That was 45 years. It's not time for a break, but I'm going to need to take one now after saying that out loud almost. It has thrown upon me a sad. Good job by everyone involved last night. Excellent execution. And a little bit of a hat tip, again, to the car thief. He could have been very callous. He was like, oh, man. Hold on, little buddy. Whipped over, found some place where he'd be safe, and then took off again, trying to run away from the cops. It's not a lot. You don't get a lot of credit in these situations, but whatever there is available, he gets it for that, if nothing else. We have other stuff to talk. I've still got a couple of little short pieces of audio. One very important from last night's meeting I want to get to. We'll do that next.
Something will never change. They stand there looking backwards, half unconscious from the pain. They may seem rearranged in the backwater swirling. There's something that'll never change.
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selmans, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selmans. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning. Even when you miss it the first time, you can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Want to get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have the crave. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com.
Dave Hughes here. Remember, every weekday morning at 9:06, it's Dave in the Morning, where we solve the problems of the world, or at least complain about them really loudly and sarcastically. And if you miss out, you can catch up with the podcast version of Dave in the Morning at SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. Better not, Jericho. Somebody get Austin in here. Hit Chris Jericho with a Stone Cold Stunner. Calm his behind down. You don't still burn. We have a burn band. And yes, the person singing is the wrestler Chris Jericho. He's also the lead vocalist of the band Fozzy. And probably has a lovely craft business on Etsy. He does everything for whatever reason. But he's giving exactly the wrong message this morning. Don't burn nothing. Got a message from Mose. We would leave in the morning on bikes and travel all over creation to the creek, town, etc. We just had to be home before dark. Yep. And it was, well, I started to say it always turned out fine. No, sometimes you had to limp home. I know I did. So you left in the morning on your bike. When you came home, you were limping and pushing the bike, walking alongside of it because it was far too painful to pedal. That, by the way, is why my knees play the symphony they do every morning when I get out of bed. It was a different time, but what we have to remember is it was a different time. We have to treat current situation differently than we did then, which is a shame because I think it really does a lot for development, for growth, for incipient mindset, to have some time to, well, you better figure things out or you're going to lay there and starve to death in that creek. Those kind of experiences change the way you approach things. I started to say I was just stating my point of view. Now that's pretty much fact. That hill will have my gravestone on it because I'm dying there. Different world, different time. And I'm about to start getting philosophical. Let's just move on. Last night we had a meeting of the Macomb City Board of Mayor and Selectmen. Counting the time they were in executive session, which was about 40 minutes, it was a 2-hour and 40-minute meeting, almost 3 hours. Slowly making our way back to the good old days of 4.5 hour long meetings. I use good old days sarcastically, but they started out on a good note, at least last night.
Due to an oversight on my part, I did not catch it. I did ask Mr. Sam Daniels and Ms. Ganith Daniels to come and make a request of the board. So at this time, I'm going to have them to come.
So you heard it here first. He's got them there. He's got Sam and Ganith there with the Railroad Depot Museum, but it was an oversight. Dialed in, isn't he? What he meant by that, in all honesty. Because you just hear that, and when he first said that, I went, wait, what? They're here. Oops, sorry. Is that the attitude? No. When people come to speak to the board, they do it at work session. The oversight is this wasn't important enough to ping on the mayor's radar last week to have them come to the work session. That was the oversight he was mentioning there. So he had them come to the actual board meeting itself last night, and they came bearing the gift of good news.
Privilege of the chair.
Mayor Lockley and Mr. Bell, and Ms. Collins, and Board of Selectmen and Select Women, we have something very exciting to tell you tonight, and I want to extend to you probably what I would consider the best invitation that you will get all year. We want to invite each one of you to the reopening of the Railroad Depot Museum. It's been closed nearly 5 years, and we're really excited about opening it. It's going to be Saturday, March the 7th at 10 o'clock. That's when we'll have our opening ceremonies. So please put that on your calendar and plan to attend. We'd love to have you there to see what all has been done with your building.
So March 7th is when this is happening. That's a week from this Saturday. This is not way down the road off in the distant future. They're ready to go pretty much. Now, I say that on Friday, March 6th. They're still going to be in there that night finishing up things and pushing straight things crooked and crooked things straight and you know, doing all the busy work that you do when you're essentially done, but you've been working for so long, it's hard to mentally and emotionally accept that. So I fully expect Friday night there will be a decision made that, oh, this sign is in the wrong font. We've got to redo it. That's what would happen to me in that situation. It's all a moot point. It's ready to go. 1 week from this Saturday is going to be the grand reopening of the Depot Museum. I would ask that all younger people avoid getting in a fight with your mother. If you know the story, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, went on and Sam talked as well.
And just want to make sure and remind you that we've got some brochures that we put in front of each one of you. Plus, we've given a number of them for the mayor to encourage people to come and visit. And I think you're going to be very, very pleased when you see it. We have things like Colonel Henry S. McComb, the founder of McComb, actually talking to people there. We have at our meeting on our grand opening on the 7th, a little railroad car train for folks to come and ride. Little folks probably, more so than others. But it's going to be really exciting, and we certainly hope that you're able to be there. Thank you very much. Oh, yes, I forgot that. We have a pretty high-up official from Amtrak who's going to be there, Mr. Mark Magliari from Chicago, who is flying down especially for this. So we're going to have hopefully something pretty big with Amtrak, too.
Okay. Again, mark your calendar for the grand opening. Thank you.
March 7th. The mayor didn't repeat it. I will. March 7th is going to be the grand opening. That's a Saturday. Going to be a big day. I do have a question. Now, maybe it's just me. These kind of things jump out at me. They've got a high-ranking representative from Amtrak that is going to be there. Yes, that's 1,000,000% appropriate. Great job. Glad he's coming. The head of the train company is taking an airplane to get here. We literally have a train station. He's coming from Chicago, which has a train station. The line runs straight from there to here. When the train guy won't take the train, that's not good advertising for Amtrak. I'm just saying. Is it me? It just jumped out at me. He's flying in. Well, okay. Be great to have him. Be great to see him pull up on his choo-choo for the grand reopening of the Macomb Depot Railroad Museum. I just thought that was interesting. Still going to be a big day, going to be a fantastic day. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And there is a lot of history you don't know about. I'm willing to bet that. Now, I've talked about this before. I come from a railroad family. My dad worked on the railroad. Both grandfathers worked on the railroad. Both grandfathers retired from the railroad. My dad worked on the railroad for a year or two and said, nah, I'm good. Then went off and went to patrol school, was in the National Guard, did a little bit of everything. My grandfathers, though, one of them was over the shop, the other one was a conductor. I have heard the train stories. Oh, have I heard the railroad stories over the course of my life. There's a lot of stuff you're not aware of. And if you're under a certain age, you don't realize how important the railroad was to the city of Macomb. It was literally the reason Macomb existed, was because of the railroad, and specifically the railroad shops, which are now just a derelict sitting out there because the higher-ups at Amtrak take planes, I guess. I don't know. Now, got that announcement. That was first thing in the meeting last night. Very nice. After that, went through a lot of boring discussion about boring topics. Let's just call it what it is. But moved through it at a decent clip. Not bad. And we get down to the last item, and you're thinking, oh, this was actually not that bad of a meeting.
Can I get a motion to amend the agenda for 11 additional items?
What? We were done. We were at the end. And now we're going to add 11 additional items. That's why it was over 2.5 hours from gavel in to gavel out last night at the meeting. After they came out of the executive session, I think that little period, just a couple of minutes long, really exemplified the entire meeting. We spend so much time talking about minutia, talking about making sure every I is dotted and every T is crossed, which is absolutely hysterical for a municipal government who can't add 2 plus 2 and get 4 consistently. We have the lack of paperwork to prove that. But oh no, we must make sure everything is proper. And we've got, do we need to change this word from and to or? What about this? Is that spelled correctly? We need, I did not give you permission to spell. Oh, shut up and get something done. Instead of talking about getting things done. We accomplished a lot, Dave. Whose life did it positively impact would be the question. But this is a great example of how things are going with municipal government in the city of Macomb after the executive session last night.
Do want to announce that there was no action item taken in the executive session. With that being said, the next work session will be Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2026, 5:30 p.m. The next board meeting will be Tuesday, March the 10th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Do want to announce that the Mayor's Youth Council will be going to Jackson State University for the statewide leadership summit on the 27th and 28th of this month. Also, do want the board as well as department head know that the mayor's office is a part of the March of Mayors, And effective Monday, I'm asking you to ask your employees to purchase at least one 16-ounce peanut butter.
You know, those people that you're paying $9 an hour. Send them out to go buy some peanut butter and bring it to me so I can look good. That's what it sounds like. Asking the department heads to ask all their employees, did I get that right? Let's go back and hear it again, because that's what I took from that.
I'm asking you to ask your employees to purchase at least one 16-ounce peanut butter. One 16-ounce jar of peanut butter. And also I'll be asking the citizens starting Monday of next week to donate one jar, at least one jar of 16-ounce peanut butter. March of the Mayor, that will go to Micah.
Okay. Point of order.
Okay. Finally get down to the very end. It's going to Micah. How much peanut butter are you going to need? More importantly, could we throw some jelly in? That would be nice. But I love how it's just thrown out there, no context, no explanation for why. Just, I'm asking you to buy a jar of peanut butter. At no point in there did he even say, and bring it to City Hall. No, just go buy some peanut butter. Set it on the counter at home. Stare at it for a while, I guess. Because you notice nothing was said about what to do with the peanut butter. I assume you take it to City Hall. We didn't get that officially. And then the point of order.
Yes, sir.
There was one item in executive session that was motioned and properly seconded.
No, it died.
It was still motioned, seconded, and voted.
But no action was taken on it.
I have an announcement. Hold on, I gotta think about it.
Think about it. I'm going to my city attorney.
It doesn't matter.
It was acted upon, but it failed.
Yes.
But that should be announced.
That should be announced.
Okay.
You know, that's just a burning feeling in your stomach, at least a little bit. When you say, oh, it failed, so I don't have to tell anybody what happened. And then if you saw her facial expression, it was great. City attorney, when she was asked that, was like, no, it has to be announced. It's got to be announced. How many things are we not getting told because we think we don't have to know? We assume at City Hall that we're doing everything exactly by the letter, by the book, when it turns out we're not. So the mayor then went on to explain it.
Okay. Let me go to it then. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. There came for consideration to authorize the city attorney to negotiate with nonprofits for $1 per year for a term of 6 years. The vote was motioned by Selectman Cotting, second by Selectwoman Isaac. Selectman Thompson said aye. Selectman Mullen said nay. Selectwoman Isaac said aye. Selectman McKenzie said nay. Selectman Cotting recused. Selectwoman Baylor recused. Mayor Lockley recused. So motion died.
So it was a tie vote. 2 aye, 2 nay, 2 recusals, and the tie-breaking vote recused himself. So nothing happened because it was 2-2. Okay, that's fine. That's interesting in and of itself. What is also interesting, but totally unsurprising, is that if it wasn't for Selectman Cotting, once again, we would not have followed proper procedure as prescribed by the law, according to the city attorney. Good job.
If you cry,
who's going to inventory the peanut butter? That's the next question. This is the biggest topic to go with right now. Can it be any brand? Is it going to be Great Value? Does it have to be Skippy? What about Crunchy? Can you do Crunchy? And what is the March of Mayors doing for those kids with a peanut allergy? There's a lot of questions to be answered that we'll never get an answer to. Final break. We're going to wrap it up next.
show you where it leads. There's a
Every now and then, we remind all of you loving, awesome, hardworking husbands that you have a premium it's time to renew. No, it's not life insurance, car insurance, or health insurance. It's way more important than those. I'm Kristen. Gentlemen, it's time to renew those long-term wife insurance policies. When you surprise her with a gift from Selman's, you remind her that no matter what lies ahead, you and she will get through it together. Your gift tells her this long-term wife insurance policy is for life. Renew your long-term wife insurance policy right here at Selman's. We're in it for the long term with you.
Don't miss Dave in the morning, even when you miss it the first time. You can catch it on the podcast. Missing out would be a crime. SuperTalk 93.5 is always the place to be. Wanna get the podcast version? Here, my friend, is the key. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page. Dave in the morning, late at night, or anytime you have to pray. SuperTalkPikeCounty.com. It's all there and it's all the rage. Spotify, Amazon, or Apple, or just right there on the page.
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world.
Yep, once again, we have used up our bucket of minutes on this Wednesday morning. Don't forget, again, tomorrow, normally it would be North Pike Thursday, and I would be telling you about all the exciting information we're going to give you. We were actually originally going to be talking baseball, because it's baseball time. Instead, we're going to be talking about how you can actually earn a living. It's the Governor's Job Fair, happening tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on the campus of Southwest Mississippi Community College in the Workforce Training Center, where I'm currently sitting and talking to you from. 9 until 1, well, from 9 until 10, they're also going to have, well, me. We're going to be doing the show live from the back room, basically, right down the hall. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, going to be a great time for everyone, and a lot of people could wind up with a job. Because, again, remember, these companies, these organizations are showing up looking for people. I'm holding the application fee that they application form that they had to fill out. The registration fee, $125 to participate. Nobody, no company, no organization, no one is spending $125 just for the visibility. No, they want you. They need your help, and they're willing to pay for it. But you have to show up. If you know someone that's looking for a job, tell them to dust off their good clothes, spruce up that old resume, and then show up tomorrow between 9 and 1 on the campus of Southwest Mississippi Community College. If you've never been to the Workforce Training Center, tomorrow it'll be easy to find. Just look for the fullest parking lot. It'll stand out, trust me. You have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Leave your Bic unflicked. And I'll talk to you tomorrow morning from right over there at the job fair. Starting at 9:06, we'll be live, my friend. I'll see you then.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.